Joining us now, the point guard, Erica Wheeler, and I'm going to introduce you in a way that no one can ever take away again.
my
All-star Erica Wheeler, and that is something that will be with you for the rest of your career and has to feel really good.
Absolutely. It's been an amazing journey, and like I just told Catch that I would have never thought this early, and, in 5 years, not being drafted, in 5 years I'd be an All-Star, let alone MVP. So for me, I'm still living in the moment of that.
What's going through your mind as shot is falling over and over, 3, 4, 5? What goes through the mind of you when that's happening?
I didn't know that I would make MVP until towards the end, and Candice was like, "You need my shirt, cause look, you about to cry." So she ended up giving me her shirt because I started crying because that wasn't my goal. My goal was to have fun and just be unforgettable, but I didn't think it would be in the MVP way. Just being probably the smallest one out there, and my main thing was just have fun. So to be able to do that for me is still so real, because I didn't even know I had that in me, this soon. But like I tell everybody, God, His timing is always on time, and when you put in the work, countless hours in the dark and in the light, you get repaid back, and the reward is always good.
It wasn't long ago you were not drafted. You were bouncing around a little bit. You find a home here, and now you look forward a few years later, you're in the All-Star game, you're the MVP. That interview, that storyline has become, I think, one of the major sports storylines across all of the major different sports. Can you put into perspective what it's been like to experience that?
It's amazing. For me, even to see the commercial that I'm on ESPN that plays on Monday nights, and for the U.S. opening. So for me to even see that amongst the other great athletes or whatever, whoever it is that's fighting through something that, overcame something that was super special. So for me to be a part of that is super special. It's inspiring and really heartfelt. I can't even watch the commercial without getting teary-eyed because it's super real. Like it's crazy. So for me to be able to be on that platform every day, for someone to see that I can inspire them every day by watching a commercial, I think that's bigger than big.
I think what has drawn so many people to be a fan of yours is you're so real. You share your emotions on your shoulders. You wear it on your sleeves. You're crying in an interview. You're not afraid to be who you are.
For me, I've never been afraid to be vulnerable because that's real. Nobody wants nothing fake. However it comes out, that's what it is. If I need to cry it out, I'm gonna cry it out. If I need to laugh it out, please believe I'm gonna laugh it out. And I think another thing people respect the most is that I'm always level-headed. I'm never too high, I'm never too low. I'm always kind of the same. I'm consistent. You always gonna see E smiling. If I'm crying, I'm probably gonna smile afterwards because it's probably some tears of joy. If I'm mad, it always fixes my mood kind of quickly.
That All-Star moment was so spectacular, and yet your week was kind of just getting started because you hit the game-winning shot against Atlanta just a few days later. So to have that, I know the All-Star game meant a lot, but that was an in-the-moment game, a victory for your team happened right after. That had to be one of the most incredible weeks of your life.
Oh, definitely. And at the end of the day, it's a game. We execute whatever she draw up, and if it works, it works. It could have been anybody, but it so happened to be me. So it just matched with the storyline.
How would you define the way this team started the year versus ended the year? Because it really seems like you guys are on a really high note as you close out 2019.
No, absolutely. We had some up and downs, and we have some spurts where we look really good, and we have some spurts that was, you can tell we're really young. But I think as the years go on, and even next year, you're gonna see a lot of growth because now that the younger girls have more years under their belt and more games under their belt to know the difference of struggling through games and getting through games and just staying in tune.
What does it mean to you to have somebody like Candice on your team, on the floor, and always knowing that consistent force is there for you?
Me and Candice's relationship is beyond anything. Candice would probably be my lifetime friend because, like I told the media, I don't think I could experience that with any other person. She was the perfect person to be there with me at All-Star and even to be here in the season because the crazy thing is I'm super loud and she's super quiet and we balance each other out. She calmed me down and sometimes I need to hype her up. But just her leadership, just 14 years, that's just respect there. And her being in championships, being in several All-Stars, so she's she knows what it takes to be in this league, to stay in this league. So why would you not want to be around that? So for me, I try to soak up as much as I can. And then she's super smart. She's also a mother, so she sees things differently. So I learned a lot from her, just being around her.
Now that the 2019 WNBA season is over, what's the next step for you?
For me to go overseas and win. That's the thing, is win. I'm going back to my old team that I won the Euro Cup championship with. But just to stay consistent, and being a leader, being able to score and just close out games.
This will be the last chance we get to talk with you for a little while. So any final message to the Fever fans who have supported you through what was really a miraculous season?
I must say, Indiana, man, fans are amazing. Even last night, the energy was crazy. But for me, is that I'll just know that I'll come back a better player. Just using that wave from MVP and then going overseas, I'll be a better player. I'll keep that same energy. So, of course, Indiana's in my heart forever.
All-Star Erica Wheeler, it sounds good.
All right.